I try to be careful. I knew I shouldn't have stacked 2 pallets on top of each other. Good thing it's cheap. No, nothing's cheap anymore. Dang it! Well, we're on the second pass of beans already. These are the ones that I planted before some of the corn. They're up and look pretty good. The ones that were later got crusted and got a pretty crappy stand on those, but these look pretty good. Spraying Roundup and Enlist. I was just thinking, oh, maybe I should have thrown some corn killer in, but this was organic corn, so the Roundup should be a good corn killer. So I found one advantage to taking over organic fields. Sprayer's working good. Driver not so much, but I don't know if you can see all that grass. It's pretty green in spots. Of course, then I drive right out of it. But yeah, maybe I could have waited a little bit longer, but there's spots out here. The giant ragweeds are pretty tall. I wanted to make sure I nailed them pretty good when they were little. So I don't know, maybe a little bit too early, but probably see the grass there. It's pretty gnarly in spots, like down there. Weeds and whatever. Oops, I'm on the wrong pass. Doggone it. That's what I get. Well, that was a good blooper. Whatever. It is what it is. That's real life. That's usually what you're going to see on this channel. Real life screw-ups. You saw it right here. Anyhow, maybe I better pay attention to what I'm doing. Going 20 gallons to the acre, since some of this is really thick and really small, so I don't need to be going that slow. With the 90-foot boom, my well can't keep up. It doesn't get me enough water to keep going anyways, so kind of take my time. Try not to screw up like I just did. So it gets worse over here. Some of these shorter rows weren't all that bad. I don't know that. So spraying some of that wasn't even probably 100% necessary, but I don't know. But this is where I had worked it in. I had incorporated it. I worked this, sprayed it, and then we worked it and planted it. And it did not work near as good as the stuff where we worked it once, planted it, sprayed over the top. You'd have thought that would be way worse. I was trying to do things the right way here, trying to get it, you know, I figured 2 passes with the field cultivator, wipe out a few more weeds, and incorporating it instead of waiting for a rain to work the chemical in and activate it. I thought, wow, this is going to work so much better, but quite the opposite. So, I don't know. Oh well, live and learn, huh? You don't stop in the middle of the field. Spraying anyways. But I saw something back here. Hope my tire's not on it. Didn't end up in my tire. Yeah. Oh yeah. We're gonna have good luck. Stick it's gotta be up. We'll leave that there for the rest of the year. Well, we're trying again. 2 acres done already. Piles of stalks all over the place. Some rains just aren't worth it. Well, forecast is looking pretty dry now, so we might be glad that we had that rain. Sure made a mess. And then it's always a guessing game. Okay, where's it good enough? I don't know. To where you don't want any gaps, but you don't want to be putting a pile of beans on top of more beans. Trying to get the beans done. I got some corn to replant. Try to get that done before spray the rest of the corn. So yeah, fun times. It's always more fun the second time, right? Got a bird. Gave me a present earlier. Yeah. You gotta love farming along creeks. Get your outlets plugged up. And then like here, the creek went out. It's went out how many times and you rode it away at this. Now we got a tile that's only about a foot into the ground and it's got too much pressure on it and it's blowing up and going this way because there's a lot of water that comes from that way. It goes into this tile. Need a bigger tile here. Always something. Well, I thought we'd try a new residue management. You know, you got conventional till, you got no till, and you got burn till. Just burn it till it's all gone. Well, they claim that you should always plant into warm soil, so I don't know. Am I doing it right? I hope so. I don't want to have to do this a third time. Well, switching back to beans for the second time today. Doing replants. I got some more corn to do, but neighbor over here is having problems with his planter. So, got some one big field to do, I guess. So, get her switched over and greased up and charge my AC because it's like a furnace in there. Head over and plant some beans and just some strips. Bump over my I quit after midnight last night. Had one round left to plant. There's 0 chance of rain according to my phone. I just looked at the gauge, we got 6/10 already up here. Go figure. One round left. But here's 80 acres that's not planted yet of the neighbors, so I guess I'll take one round left. Flag man with me. now.
You can find more winners from across the state on our website, ialottery.com. The Iowa Lottery, putting the woo-woo into winning since 1985.
When storms are threatening, be prepared with the severe weather advisor on K97. We'll keep you informed on all the launches before you know. Keep you safe in the storm. The severe weather advisor is brought to you by the Iowa Towing, where owners Mike and Danny Reese guarantee that you will be there for all of your towing, winching, and hauling needs. With just one call, you get fast, affordable service when you need it. Call 955-1700. Ford Frenzy, where it's all fun and games. Ford Frenzy is also the home of Godfather's Pizza, a pizza you can't refuse.
He saw a worm he wanted to put back in the dirt, so that's a pretty good size one. See if there's a big old chunk of dirt on the backside you could work on. Stuff's growing. Don't look too bad. A little breezy today, but seems like about every Memorial Day weekend always end up spraying corn. So, well, we got a nice little shout of rain, but came at a cost. I don't know, beans, there's some cotyledons and leaves busted off of them. I'm sure there's some of the stems that's gotten bruised and whatever. So beans, it seems like it takes a few days to see the repercussions of it, but corn, it's pretty obvious when corn gets hailed on. But couple weeks, unless you really look at it close, you'll probably never know. Don't see any that are busted off or anything per se, so could have been a lot worse, and it still looks pretty darn good. And we got some rain to keep her going for a little while. I don't know what we got here, probably 3/4 to 1 inch, I'm guessing here. So a little muddy on the driveway, but I was curious of how bad the beans were on this farm, because the corn on the other side of this section is probably worse than this, but it was also taller than this, so that, you know, sometimes just because it was taller and had bigger leaves and stuff on it, looks worse. Get over this side hill, I did no-till corn on corn, and even though the leaves are all stripped on it now, you can see through my dirty window, it don't look half bad. So yeah, is what it is.